6 what? Come on, guys, you have to be louder than that. I know it's been 2 months, but you can't forget our team's chant. Let's try it again. 6 what?
612!
There we go. That's much better. You were so loud, I could hear you all the way from here. So welcome to 612 live stream. This is 612, The Empire Strikes Back, the first live stream hosted by our team. So I'm one of your MCs for today, Vikram Bala, in case you forgot. And I was the CEO this past year for the 2019 to 2020 season. Now let's go over to Kai, our other MC for today.
Hello guys, I'm Kai. I'm going to be the CEO for the 2020-2021 season. I'm really excited to get started. Once again, this is 612 history. Never before have we ran a live stream like this, so it's the very beginning, so please bear with us if there's any technical difficulties. Just so you guys know, there is a 25-second delay on the live stream. 25 seconds, keep that in mind. So when we actually play games, just keep in mind that there will be a 25-second delay. We have a lot of awesome things planned today. We have great announcements to make. On top of that, we have a lot of games, and we're even going to give out some prizes. So the entire stream should only take an hour, hour and a half. So everyone, just tune in. It should be fun.
And in case you were wondering, we're all here safe and sound in the Cedar Run Community Church. And yes, our whole crew is wearing masks, and we are all socially distanced. And as you can see, we are 6.12 feet apart.
Everyone is socially distancing. Our entire crew is wearing masks, so don't worry at all about our safety. We're hoping that you're all safe at home. You know, considering how much is going on right now, it's really important that us as 612, it really shows how unique we are, the fact that we're able to come together for this live stream. So please, once again, this is the first of many events planned that we'll go into more detail today. So we actually have a lot of familiar faces here. Why don't we go over to our Zoom call over here? Let's go. So that's everyone from our current old leadership and new leadership. So why don't we just get right into a montage? I know it's been so long since we've all seen each other or been to some sort of social event. So let's start off with a montage to remind you guys what the robotics season was like.
I am in pain.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Peter, you got a question? Peter.
I would say is hubris.
Okay, so
It's hubris.
I see that we could become Hey Solomon, what's the name of the robot? Just wait for it, we'll tell you.
3. It was made in Windows Movie Maker.
Round of applause for Vikram.
So let's go ahead and thank Christine for that. Christine edited that lovely montage, and hopefully that reminded you what robotics was like. It's been so long since I've seen really anyone in person, and it's really weird right now talking to no one right now. There's really no one in the church. It's really strange, but I know you guys are all watching, so it kind of provides me a little bit of confidence when speaking. So why don't we continue on with the live stream?
So it's been over 2.5 months since we had our last meeting, and I know you're all excited to hear about our new announcements and for the rest of the live stream, but let's loosen things up with a nice game of Kahoot. And keep in mind, there will be some prizes. So next year, once we get back to robotics, the winners will get 612 merch. Just make sure to enter your real name in the Kahoot, otherwise you will not be eligible to get that merchandise.
1 second. So in the meantime, just keep in mind this Kahoot's just for fun, but the top 3 people will be getting 612 merch. We're starting a 612 merch line. There will be a lot more than just t-shirts, so keep that in mind. In the future, we have a lot of big plans for the team. That's just kind of a little foreshadow of what's going on. So yeah, we're going to get this Kahoot started in just 1 second.
So what type of merch are you looking forward to?
You know, you may be wondering right now why we're wearing Hawaiian t-shirts. I really don't know why. Vikram just messaged me before a couple hours ago just telling me to wear a Hawaiian t-shirt. But we will be starting a whole 612 merch line. These will be mugs. This will be, why did I say mugs? Mugs may be one of the least interesting merch things. Hawaiian t-shirts of 612. We're going to be starting all these new 612 merch for all of you guys to wear, even the 612 mouse pad. So we're really excited for that in the future. So yeah, we're getting ready to start this Kahoot. Let's go ahead and start it just in 10, 9. Now, 612 merch line. These will be mugs. This will be why was. And started just in 10, 9. So we're going to give you guys a couple of minutes just for everyone to get in. Wow, 29 members right now. Come on, there's more of you guys in the stream.
So in case you're wondering, this is going to be like a culture type of Kahoot. So there's going to be interesting questions about our team, about our team's history, and there might be some things that you don't actually know about. So be prepared to learn some new things about our team. And it looks like we're up to 33 players, so keep on logging in, and remember to use your real name again so you're eligible for the 612 merchandise if you win.
Now, all the questions are culture-based. There will be a lot of things about kind of some trivia. It'll start off kind of easy, but trust me, it gets pretty hard. And I think that you freshmen are kind of at a disadvantage for this one because there's a lot of old-school 612 questions. So just definitely keep that in mind.
In the meantime, let's get some Macarena going while you guys are joining.
Everyone do the Macarena at home right now.
Come on, guys, get out of your chairs and do the Macarena.
All right, we're gonna cap it at, let's cap it at 50 people.
Keep on joining, it's still open.
Rounding the limit. Why don't we get started? We're going to get started in 10 seconds. Let's count down. 10, 9, 8, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, let's get started with this Kahoot and see how you guys do. Really, the alumni should have an advantage in this Kahoot. Come on,
All right, a
guys.
little easy question here.
If you get this wrong, you know, just let us know. Oh yeah, once again, keep in mind there is a 20-second delay. So when you see it pop up on your phone, just wait 20 seconds. The question will pop up on the stream. This is just a little bit of technical limitations of using YouTube. So just keep that in mind. Just wait 20 seconds. I see all your answers coming in. You'll have 60 seconds to answer each of the questions. So.
Come on, guys, this should not take that long. This is an easy question.
Wow.
Oh, 6 of you got it wrong. That's the one for every foot that we're supposed to be apart from each other.
I see Kartik, Anoop. Look at the programmers dominating the leaderboards right now. Look at this. Oh, Mr. Schneider's up there. But I see 3 programmers there. That really just shows how prepared we are for this. They know their 612 culture. Let's see if they can last it through the rest of this game. Let's go on to the next question. Whose birthday is it? This could be very difficult. I don't know whose birthday is it. Do you know, Vikram?
I mean, it can be anyone's birthday. There's some guy here, some guy there. It's someone's birthday here, so you just got to figure out whose birthday it is.
I think it's Rosie's birthday. You know, because isn't this the, Rosie the Riveter's birthday, I think?
Could be Chef Tom's birthday, especially we're giving him so much money, especially when we go as a team to his food truck. That's a pretty good birthday gift in my opinion.
I think that's definitely a target for us next year. We have to get to Detroit so we can meet Chef Tom again. It's very sad. Next year, we will be in Detroit, and we'll eat Chef Tom's food truck, and it'll be the greatest thing ever.
If you're thinking about it still, keep in mind there was a Slack bot that kind of gave away this answer, so it shouldn't be that difficult. Oh, 8 people getting it wrong, that's just way too much. It looks like you guys don't even want the prize.
Oh, look, Mr. Bear is just winning his own game. But Kartik is just nonstop. We still got the programmers, the trifecta of programmers dominating. Let's go on to the next question. What global conflict was Rosie the Riveter the symbol for? Keyword global conflict.
Well, we do know infinite recharges vastly global conflict with teams from around the world competing against one another in a first tournament, and that is a pretty big deal for many people. So who knows? Maybe it was invented for that. Just think about it.
And once again, this stream is the first of many streams, so if there's a little bit of hiccups, just keep in mind that we're getting this set up for a lot more events to take place in the future. There will be more events being hosted. We'll announce them shortly. Just keep in mind, if you have any suggestions at all about improvements to the stream, if anybody would want to help in the production at all, just please DM us, and we can definitely take some of your feedback. Wow, a lot more got this wrong. World War I. Come on, you guys are in AP US history, right? Or at least in world history.
Make sure to read the question fully and all the answer choices here. Don't answer too early or you might get tripped up. This might be a bit easier for those of you who have actually gone to competitions.
You guys may have seen this, I think IROC this year. I mean, I was really disappointed that there wasn't really as many, dance rallies as there were in the previous Rico and Merlin years, but this year obviously was cut short, so maybe your freshmen would know what this is, but I definitely think if you're on the team during Merlin or Rico, this one should be a shoo-in.
Oh,
Wow.
Only one person got it wrong.
Who's that one person? Wow,
Raise your hand.
Anoop. See, Anshuban's also up there. Let's see if you can surpass Anoop in this one.
This one's an old question. Veterans are at a huge advantage here. Again, another famous chant from Team 612. It was a few years ago, and many people do not like this robot, but it does have a tremendous chant for the climbing part of it.
That kind of gives it away.
By now you should have answered it anyways, so.
Definitely, there was a lot of alumni in this call, so you guys definitely remember those years. But you can see we got Rico in there, you know. You guys remember Rico. Rico's a pretty dominant bot, actually going undefeated in 2 of the district competitions, winning it as Alliance captains. Really, there was only, I think there was one. We were the 1 out of 2 teams in the entire nation, in the entire world actually, to do that during the first district qualifications.
Now I know many of you like the movie, but come on, I even gave you the answer. And still, 16 of you got it wrong. That's just way too much, guys.
Anoop got it wrong. Anoop just fell off the board.
And we have Anshuman, one of our new mechanical captains. He's in the lead now. Let's see if he can hold on to it.
I see Aryan Sinha up there. Man, what a beast. I don't expect anybody who's a freshman, sophomore, or even a junior to get this one right. This one is very difficult. I think definitely only the really alumni or mechanical members should know this one.
Again, we do see that some people are at an advantage here with that mechanical experience. They might have heard this statement a few times in the shop.
This one isn't as easy. It gets progressively difficult, you know. So far it's been kind of a shoe-in for a lot of people, but you're gonna find that it's gonna be very obscure, and I think that we're gonna really show who's a true 612 connoisseur in a couple of minutes.
Whoa, so many of you just do not know how to spell incorrectly. You guys spell, I know we're in a great school and all your English teachers are telling you to spell correctly, but this is one of those times where you just have to spell things wrong. And those of you who spelled them wrong, congratulations, you got it right.
Oh, Herdia. I think we got Fred up there. Anshuman.
Looks like some of the mechanical
Dylan.
members dropped, which is kind of interesting.
We got Alex Hughes. Alex Hughes obviously has the alumni advantage, mentor alumni advantage in this one. So maybe as we go on for a little bit more of the questions, I think we'll see Alex kind of rise to the ranks a little bit more. All right, guys, you guys cannot be part of first and not know this question. I should not see any. It's obviously David Schneider. We all know this one.
Make sure, again, to read all the choices before answering. We don't want you to click the wrong answer because you didn't read all the choices. Get those answers in. A few more seconds left.
Wow, I see around 5-ish of you guys are holding out. Come on, I know you guys are Googling this right now. I see with your Google tab open. It should be easy.
14 people got that wrong. Well, always remember, Dean Kamen, he is the founder of First, one of the best.
So you see Anshuman's remaining strong, but Herdia has a really strong lead. Look at this, 2,000 points over everyone.
Will anyone be able to
1,000.
catch up to the former electrical captain?
All right, guys, this is just basic knowledge. All you freshmen should just know this instantly.
Those of you who are taking AP Physics or who took AP Physics C this past year might be at an advantage, but still, there's only one choice that's correct, and the other 3 are pretty easy to eliminate.
You guys remember kinetic energy? If we know about the conservation of kinetic energy, it's got to be square based on this. 1/2 mv squared. You can determine the kinetic energy of an object. That has to be the formula for gravitational force. And F is equal to ma. We got Newton's law in there. And you see we got a kinematics formula as well. Let's see if you guys can figure this one out.
I know you guys see all these letters and you might be confused because you're used to numbers, but either way, just think carefully and you might be able to derive the solution.
Some of you guys know this right off the top of your head. Well done. Let's move on.
And Herdia maintains her lead. Will anyone catch up to her?
Guys, come on. This is the alumni advantage right here. If you were on the team longer, you should know this right away. See, one person just answers before even seeing the question. I would like to know who's going gung-ho like that.
And keep in mind, 2016 is for the 2015 to 2016 season. So don't confuse it with the 2016 to 2017 season. For those of you who do not know, this was the year where we did Stronghold, so that might be a bit of a hint. But either way, keep thinking about it.
All right, let's see. We got 2, 1. Wow.
Whoa, only 2 people got that correct.
Wow.
We tried to give that little hint with Chuck. Chuck was actually 2016 to 2017.
Of course, Alex gets that right, because Alex was, I think, the only one that was on the team at the time. That maybe. Oh, he was 1895. Never mind. Well, he was around at that time, so he definitely had the advantage there. If you actually look up on the Blue Alliance, you can go see all of our robots all the way down to 2005. So if you want to go down to Blue Alliance and look at some 612 history, go ahead. But really, our 2019 robot was Small Fry.
This one's a difficult one, guys. Before Detroit, the Worlds actually used to be in St. Louis, so they changed it to Detroit a few years ago. The team has been to Worlds. The latest time the team has gone to Worlds was in 2018 with our robot Merlin. So let's see if we can do it again sometime soon.
Yeah, we probably should have also been the Worlds last year, but we all know what happened there. But our team is definitely on an upward trend. Hopefully, we can consistently go to Worlds every single year from now on. So if you guys remember this, just keep in mind, start tallying it up. One tip to think is, you can go to Worlds not based on your robot. There are different ways of getting to Worlds. So keep that in mind when answering your question.
Just a few seconds left now.
Wow, barely anyone got that right. We've been to it eight times. If you count up the times that we went with Chairman, Spirit Awards, we've been there multiple times, but actually without our robot.
And looks like Herdia is still maintaining the lead. And if no one's going to catch up to her, she's going to be ending up with the 612 merch, even though she's not going to be on the team next year. So someone better catch up to her.
See, Anshabon's right there.
Now, remember your unit circle, guys.
If you guys remember your unit circle, you can instantly get rid of 2 of the answer questions here. All of you pre-calc people should instantly have an advantage in this one. Just think about what quadrant is this degree in. Just think about that.
Some of you freshmen and sophomores who have not taken pre-calc yet may be at a disadvantage, but it's okay. We'll allow you to use your calculators.
Uh-oh. Must have accidentally hit the next button there.
Well.
Looks like barely no one got, so nothing happened there. Let's just move on with that question. That's really strange. How many times has 612 won the Spirit Award? Spirit Award key. You may have actually heard this recently. I think this was brought up by, I think it was Alex who brought it up, that we are a team that is on a streak right now of winning Spirit Awards. So keep that in mind that we are definitely one of the biggest spirited teams in all of First. So
we have the chant, we have the dances, the Macarena, and together, all that combined, we have great spirit as a team.
all right, guys, so I know now it's starting to get, you can actually look this up on Chief Delphi, or not Chief Delphi, the Blue Alliance, if you want to really go down and look at the analytics of it. There are a lot of cool awards that 612 has won over the years. We are actually one of the most veteran teams. If you did not know joining First, let's move on to the next question. If you're not joined first, the time that you joined the team, each number is chronological. So we were the 612th team that joined first, FRC, and a lot of those teams up in the 9,000s, they're very new. A lot of rookie teams are up in the 9,000s. So just keep that in mind. Who's 612 CEO in 2018? See a lot of familiar names right there. Could confuse you, but just keep in mind, if you're on the team for more than 2 years, maybe even last year, you should know this answer. See 10 people just answered without even seeing the question. Wow.
Now I know in quarantine, many of you may lose track of the date, the month, or even the year. But keep in mind, it is 2020 right now, and this was 2 years ago.
So it could very much be Vikram. You know, Vikram was last year's CEO, but as we know, Vikram was CEO 2 years in a row.
I've been here and I'll continue to stay here until I'm forced out or something, I don't know.
And if you just believed when I said Vikram is CEO for 2 times, that's not true. Vikram was last year's CEO. He was a mechanical captain before that. Just keep that in mind. So maybe that's just kind of a hint of what it can't be.
Wow. Looks like 2 people still answered me. Come on, guys, it's 2020 and I'm right here.
I see 10 people think Sean Wu was the CEO. He was actually the CTO of 2018, and you may have also saw Abdul. Abdul was our CTO last year.
And the correct answer again was Anvita. She was the CEO for the 2018 season.
That was Merlin's year. When did the War of 1812 end? This is a little bit of history. Just keep in mind that there is a lot of tricky parts of history, so wars may not have formally ended on the certain dates that you may have think. You know, it takes a lot of treaties, it takes a lot of countries to agree on this. I see some of you guys are Googling it right now. This one's a pretty easy one to Google. Just look it up. But also keep in mind that the time that you answer these Kahoots factor into your scores. That's probably why Herdia is dominating right now. She's able to answer it right off the top of her head. If you spend the time Googling it, you're going to lose a lot of precious time in your points.
And it seems like a lot of people got that one right compared to some of the other questions, which may have actually been easier.
So, wow, Alex got that wrong.
And Prahalad just shoots up to the top, but Herdia is still maintaining that #1 spot. Is anyone going to catch her, or is she going to run away with that 612 merch?
This is a very difficult question. Keep this in mind. How long have you seen Mr. Bear at 612? Maybe 2 years? Maybe 4 years? 7 years? Just keep that in mind.
And remember, it also is Mr. Bear's birthday today, so make sure to DM him and wish him a happy birthday.
So we're in the second half of this Kahoot. This Kahoot will be almost done in around 5-ish minutes. I think this really tests who knows 612 the best. Who is the 612 ultra fan? I think right now we're seeing that Herdia is in the lead right now. 35 answers. See, a couple of you guys are holding out. Maybe a couple of you guys are going deep logging into Facebook, Blue Alliance, trying to find some photos of Mr. Bear.
And
wow.
14 people.
That's more than expected. I thought this one would be a little bit difficult. Let's move on to the next question. We're almost done with this. Herdia is just dominant.
Just a few more questions now.
Who is 612's first mentor? Now, what is a mentor? That's the first question you need to ask. Is it a teacher? Is it a volunteer? So just keep that in mind. Who's the first mentor? Some of these names you may not recognize anymore, but they were there at the very beginning.
And we see the answers are starting to come in now. Let's see who is going to get this correct.
Just a hint, if you took STEM engineering, you know, before last year when Mr. Piccioni arrived, you will definitely know this question.
Just a few more people need to answer now. Let's get those answers in before the time runs out.
We're at the tail end here. Who's going to get themselves 612 merch? Once again, that is one of the big things we're playing. We're planning to start a 612 merch line. There will be other stuff besides t-shirts. So keep that in mind that there will be a lot of cool stuff to choose from. 18
And
people, Mr. Rothwell.
Mr. Rothwell, he was the engineering teacher before Mr. P came, and he actually founded the team with just a few students many years ago.
Okay, let's go on to the next question. We're almost done. 2 more questions left. True or false? We went to Worlds with Merlin. Did we go to Worlds with Merlin?
Again, you may ask, what is Merlin?
So just think, true or false? You know, maybe Merlin is not spelled correctly. Maybe this is one of those types of trick questions. Let's see who's going to get it right.
Now, you might be thinking about all our past robots, about Rico, about Merlin, about Chuck. Did we or did we not go to Worlds with Merlin? That's the question here, and that's what's on all your minds.
This is probably one of the most difficult questions of the day. Keep in mind, Merlin, the robot, 2018. Did we go to Worlds with Merlin? Look at the keywords of that sentence, and you'll realize, wow, 13 of people fell for the easiest question in the entire quiz.
So those might be some freshmen. Oh, Herdia is knocked down to second.
It. He just did it faster.
Oh, he just, speedy man.
So Dylan right now is locking in that merch. At District Champs 2019, which Eurobeat song was played during qualifications? I doubt any of you guys will know this. Just randomly choose a question.
I'm gonna be blunt on this one. I'm the CMO, Keith speaking. I'm the one who suggested this question, and if you're in marketing, you probably heard me mention this at some point. So, marketing people, this is your time.
So we've had an advantage for mechanical for some questions, alumni for some questions, and here marketing is at an advantage. So make sure you use those advantages and try and get yourself onto the leaderboard.
And keep in mind that we will be making awesome announcements after this game. This game is just an icebreaker. You know, Keith brought up marketing. We actually have a lot of announcements for the marketing sub-team right in this presentation. So just stay on the stream. There's a lot of important announcements for stuff that's coming up. We'll kind of go through it really quickly after this game. See, I would honestly just choose this one randomly. I don't even know this one.
Just a few more seconds now. Get those answers in.
Wow.
Only 3 people, 1 for every gas.
Wait, oh, they all got it wrong. Everyone. The only people that got it wrong were
Last
already at
question,
the bottom.
this one's a gimme.
Come on, guys. Whoever can answer this one fastest will win it. If Herdia answered this faster than Dylan, she will win it. It's all about speed in this one. We all know.
Who is going to walk home with that 612 merch? Will it be a senior who is leaving us? Or will it be a veteran member who's returning for the next year and will be able to wear that merch to competitions? Few more seconds and the big reveal.
Who's going to be winning this? I'm really scared that some of you guys are waiting on this. We're at 34 questions. Wow.
Looks
Okay,
like.
a couple of you guys chose 1885.
And the winner
is
in 3rd place, 13. Oh, 6 questions wrong.
Mel's Prels. Is that,
Congratulations, Melody.
that's Melody.
Oh, Herdia in 2nd place and the winner with 13 out of 19.
We got Dylan in there. Wow.
Congratulations, Dylan.
13 out of 19. Barely anyone got a perfect score.
Looks like we also got a diverse range of sub-teams with Dylan being on mechanical, the best sub-team, and Herdia being on electrical, and Melody being on marketing.
All right, so now that we're done with games, we actually have another game coming very soon. Right after this Kahoot, we're gonna let's get right into announcements. You know, as you know, I've already been introduced. I will be the new CEO. But what we want to do is introduce our new leadership. You guys may have saw the Slack announcement. You may know who they are. But let's go over to our Zoom call and kind of get to know everyone new on the team. So we'll get started in just a second.
Hi, I'm Alex De Silva. I was the CFO for this season, and I'm going to have the honor to announce the next Chief Financial Officer for you guys. The CFO position requires someone that has the confidence and professionalism to communicate with sponsors on behalf of the team, as well as have the initiative and the work ethic to maintain detailed records of all of the team's transactions. Dylan Matthew showed us that not only was he confident and professional, but he had the ambition to take on the team's finances and will give it his all to be your next Chief Financial Officer. So congratulations to Dylan Matthew.
Thank you, guys. I can't wait to work with everyone next year. It's going to be a great season.
Hi everyone, my name is Samith Gunapniti. I was the Chief Operations Officer this past season, and I had the privilege of announcing our new COO. This position has taught me a lot, especially the importance and the duality of organization and communication. And I'm thrilled to know that Rohit will be taking my place as our new COO. With a clear vision for the future, he knows how he wants to structure this team. I can't wait to see what he'll bring for you guys.
Hey, I'm Rohit. I'm the new COO, and I'm really excited to help lead this team next year. And I'm really excited to see how our future pans out. Thanks.
Hi, I'm Avery. I was your CTO last year. The CTO works with communication between electrical and programming, and I know that our pick this year will work really hard at doing that. I know that was one of his goals, and I'm really excited to see how he works with that. So your CTO is Srihan.
Hey guys, Srihan, and I'm really excited to be CTO next year and work with everyone.
Hi, I'm Javeria. I'm your former CMO. The CMO, you have to do basically over on the marketing sub team, which can be a lot because there's just such a wide array of tasks and things to get done. But with Keith, he's been on the team all 4 years, and I've been super impressed with him each and every year. He always says things that just leave me dumbfounded. His vocabulary is just so far past mine. And I truly can't think of anyone who's more deserving or well suited for the CMO position other than Keith.
All right, thank you, Javeria. I am here actually up on stage at the actual event. I am so glad to graciously take this position as CMO, and I'm really excited to work with the rest of the team. And by that, I mean have the primary goal of having all of you on the team know that us in marketing actually exists. So I am pleased to work with you, and thank you so much.
So hopefully that introduced you guys a little bit of our new leadership. We're really excited, a lot of juniors, but there's also a lot of really important things to announce, such as captains. You may have saw our Slack announcement. We did announce the captains, but we do want to showcase them in kind of a more broad light. So you get to know who they are. You get to understand what's the direction we're taking the team next year. So why don't we showcase our new 2020-2021 captains. Let's go ahead and do that.
So some of you might have already seen the announcement on Slack, which announced the captains for next year. So if you don't know who they are, you will be seeing pictures of them here.
So as you can see in CAD, we went from CAT, and now we have Fred, who's going to be our new CAD captain. For electrical, we're going to be having Herdia. As you saw, Herdia just dominated the Kahoot, but she's going to be kind of leaving as electrical captain. We're going to be seeing Sam enter in.
For mechanical, we had Satwik and Lalit, the two co-captains last year. And they're going to be handing it off to Anshuman and Shreya, who are going to be co-captaining for this year for mechanical. And lastly, for programming, we had Kai and Satvik, who were the two co-captains last year. And they're going to be handing it off to this year, and it'll be led by Anoop Peterson.
We're really excited. I really love this trend that we're taking the team. As you can see, everyone on here are rising juniors. So we're really kind of elevating the level of the team here, kind of having this flow. So definitely, these are your new captains. Once again, reach out to them. They're the ones that are going to be running some of the events that are happening shortly in the future. We're really excited to get started. Being a captain is it's a very difficult responsibility, but I think all these people have the skill in order to take it. So let's move on to the next chunk of this. So we actually have a very awesome announcement for the marketing sub-team. I'm gonna hand it off over to Keith. Keith, our CMO. We have a whole new organization for the marketing sub-team that's gonna be having a lot of kind of cool elements to it. And then we're also gonna have some other stuff to say after that.
Thank you so much, Kai and Vikram. I am really excited to give you the announcement that we're about to have. Wait, can we see the organization thing on the stream? Okay. So as you can see here, our leadership model is very much based off of Tetris. In all seriousness, we have decided marketing is structured, so that way we can make sure that its growth is sustained. Because in the past, we've realized that marketing has been pretty small, and also to a certain extent very disorganized about all the tasks that have to be done. As a result, we have given 3 captain positions in marketing that are of equal strength, that are importance to all the other captains and the other sub teams. Those are going to be the public relations captain, who will be Yatra Karki, the media captain, who will be Aiden Brownstein, who is actually managing this stream right now, and our branding captain, that will be Havishka Wansapura. Under that, we will have the position of the lead, who will be leading different projects and are going to be basically like the experts you can turn to on those subjects. But as you may notice, some of them are blank. But as for the ones that are filled, our chairman's lead will be David De Leon. Our social media lead will be Sai Banala. Our graphics lead will be Lydia Payne. But for all of the other positions, you can see that they are blank. And you may be asking, how are we going to fill them? Are we going to wait for some surge of freshmen to come into marketing next year? No, we are actually not, because we are going to enlist your help. That's right. You can become one of these leads even if you are not in marketing currently, or don't even plan to be on marketing full-time now. So I'm gonna go over some of these leads. We're gonna have a photo curation lead, or actually a curation lead, who is responsible for organizing all the photos, the videos, graphics, stuff like that. We're going to have a sponsor lead who is going to be working with Dylan, the CFO, to communicate with sponsors. We're going to have a merchandising lead who is going to be responsible for actually making all the merchandise that Kai mentioned actually happen with the rest of the leadership. And we are also going to have a website lead to lead our website. And we are going to also have a press release lead to lead the direction of press releases. Now, soon we are going to have a sort of form that you can fill out to say that you're interested, and then you can be invited to our Slack calls. We can fill you in on how everything works, and so you can eventually be the leads of those positions. But as for the website lead, we're currently working on what direction to actually take with the website, so that way everything can go smooth with that one. So although you can apply that you're interested, it's probably gonna be a while until we contact you for being website lead, and that one might be a little bit more strict because we want to make sure the website goes smoothly. That being said, thank you so much, and I'm looking forward to working with all of you as your new CMO, and hopefully this can be the year where everyone realizes that marketing actually exists. Thank you.
Let's thank Keith for that. That was definitely an awesome explanation for the marketing sub-team. You may have seen that Keith has been working really, really hard to design this new marketing organization, so give him some props. We're really excited to launch this. If you do not understand this, anyone can join the marketing team now. It doesn't matter if you're a programmer, it doesn't matter if you're electrical, it doesn't matter if you're mechanical. You can join marketing right now and become a lead. So we'll provide more information shortly after this live stream. There will be a sign-up form. If you want to lead a position, let us know and join marketing.
So we have the live stream event today, and many of you may be wondering, what other events are we going to have? So later this month, or you'll receive more information about it soon, but we will have a banquet plan. And you freshmen who have never been to a banquet before, or even people who just joined 612 for the first time this year, you may be asking, what is the banquet? So every year, at the end of the year, we have the banquet to honor our seniors and reflect on the year, and we come together and we all meet in the cafe, food and some slideshows, and it's basically a time to sum up the year and relive some of those great memories.
So we also have two other events that's going to be happening very, very soon. One of them is being distance learning curriculum for all the sub-teams. You may have saw that over the past few weeks, all the sub-teams have been mobilizing in terms of meetings, but we will be ironing out a real distance learning plan that will have a curriculum that everyone will be able to follow, that we'll be able to spread the team for. We're really excited to launch that soon. Our leadership team has been working really hard on that. So we're really excited to launch that soon. That should be sometime in the next few weeks that we launch that. Also, we're going to be having an event which some of you actually have never been to before. It's a lessons learned event. Frankly, 2 people on our leadership team have never been to a lessons learned event. So lessons learned is one of the most important parts of this team. At the end of each year, we need to improve, and that's what lessons learned do. I'm going to hand this off to Mr. Schneider, who's going to be explaining what lessons learned is.
Lessons Learned is a young tradition at Team 612. Started in 2017, it quickly became an expected part of our season. Our Lessons Learned process is a form of failure analysis that includes the entire team. Our format allows all team members to contribute unique ideas. All members have a voice without their opinions being suppressed. Why do we use Lessons Learned? Our Lessons Learned format makes it possible for the team as a group to engage in self-reflection without placing blame. Blame is one of the major reasons that organizations fail to improve, as blame creates negative emotions that become barriers to improvement. A facilitated method of conducting the group reflection and assessment removes many opportunities to place blame. Everyone has a voice, and everyone can list what they believe is a problem. We can also list what is good, what works, recognizing that while we have opportunities to improve, we also have many opportunities to enjoy our success. The process is a bottoms-up assessment of the organization. The members of the team provide the raw input, and as a group, the team sets the priority for the problems and gives the team a visibility, a way to understand the opportunities for improvement. It helps to understand a little history behind Lessons Learned. The 2017 season was in no way a failure. We won the Chairman's Award at the Haymarket event, won the Spirit Award at the Owens Mill event, and we advanced to district championships. The journey was hard, with a disappointing end at district championships. Our robot proved to be a complex machine that required constant mechanical attention between matches and would fail. We were not selected to move to eliminations at districts. After learning that we would not move on to the next level, the team broke for lunch. A small group of freshmen and sophomore students and a mentor discussed the problems the team faced while they ate lunch. The conversation started to devolve into blame, which the mentor stopped, highlighting to the students how blame ignites defensive behaviors, stopping good solutions. In that conversation, the group talked about ways to create a positive environment for improvement. The mentor talked about the goal of failure analysis and how the team could learn a better approach to solving the perceived problems. That conversation was the force behind the first Lessons Learned. Only a few seniors attended the 2017 Lessons Learned. Almost all freshman, sophomore, and junior team members attended and participated, embracing the fun challenge. By the end of the session, new leadership had some ideas on what they needed to do for the next year. Their ideas included creating a transparent, measurable method for developing strategy and game design, and improving the team communications. The team responded, and our performance skyrocketed. That was the year that we created Merlin and went to Worlds for the first time because of our robot. was more than our robot. Our team greatly improved. The people on our team improved because of what we learned in our lessons learned experience. How does lesson learned work? Well, everyone on the team is invited to participate. Students, alumni, mentors, teachers, and parents are all invited to participate. Mr. Schneider, based on his experience consulting, facilitates the meeting, leading the team through the steps of the process. Step 1, Introduction. We introduce the session to the team, talk about the house rules, and instruct the team about how to work through the process. This video is an example of Step 1. Step 2 is ideation. This is when things start to get fun. Everybody gets a stack of 5 3-inch square Post-it notes or sticky notes and a Sharpie marker. Mr. Schneider tells the team to think about the things that worked well in the season and the things that didn't, well, quite work out as expected. Everybody writes the descriptions of what they thought, what they think, down on their sticky notes with their Sharpie marker. The Sharpie makes sure that everybody writes their ideas succinctly, as you can't get a lot of words on a little sticky note with a Sharpie marker. In the third step, we post the notes to the wall. Everybody puts their sticky notes on the giant 20-foot wide piece of paper hanging on one wall of the room. The left side is marked works best, and the right side doesn't work. The team members put their sticky notes on the paper, choosing where they think it sits between works and doesn't work. In step 4, we do what's called the silent sort. Groups of 5 to 6 students come to the wall to consolidate, collect, and sort the notes into categories. Each of these groups of students only have 3 to 4 minutes to sort the notes before another group replaces them. The groups must work in silence, only communicating with nonverbal clues, hand signals, facial expressions, but without any verbal discussion. Each team can shift, add, subtract, or change the position of the notes or the groupings left by the previous sort groups, but eventually everybody has their opportunity to sort. In the 5th step, Mr. Schneider leads the large group through a discussion about what we see on the wall. We look at the patterns and identify the largest categories, developing a name and description for each of the categories. At the end of this step, the team selects the top 5 areas with the highest interest and priority. In step 6, we have our brainstorm breakout. We break the group into 5 breakout groups, choosing a leader for each group. The groups form around a specific interest and are assigned one of the 5 categories that the team has identified. The breakout groups then go and start to brainstorm ideas on the subject. Stand and deliver is step 7. The group leaders from each one of the breakout groups present the ideas that were developed when their team talked, presenting the ideas and sharing the dialogue as the team spoke about. In the presentations, the team interacts with the presenter, asking questions and making comments. At the end, we're not trying to make decisions on what we're going to do. We've been simply exploring the ideas. After the lessons learned session, the leadership team reviews the results of the meeting. They converse about what they learned, brainstorm for additional ideas, and discuss the ideas with the captains and plan for the execution of the next season. In summary of lessons learned, our main goal is to crowdsource to identify our issues and solutions. The process allows the team to develop priorities as well as brainstorm solutions. Not everything can be solved through this manner, but the process gives us a framework of priority to work with. And it's brought us great success every year that we've used it. Thank you for watching.
That was an excellent video edited by Mr. Schneider. Thank you so much. Lessons learned is such an important part of our team that we're not going to let this pandemic stop us from continuing it. We will be having a lessons learned. That will happen, and it'll happen next week. Think about that. Next week, we'll be having lessons learned. More details will be announced shortly. We actually have been, as a leadership team, we've been discussing a lot of different plans, and I think we've designed a really, really nice way that can hopefully simulate very, very similarly how lessons learned normally runs.
So make sure to keep checking Slack so you can get notifications for that, and you'll know exactly when it is. And we want you all to be there. And we have one more game for you today. It's actually a polling game. So we just want to see what you think about the team. So let's head on over for the polling game right now.
This is going to be a live survey, so you guys will be able to write free responses, you know. So we're really excited to see what you guys think about the team. We have a couple of questions, that some fun, some a little bit more serious. Obviously, for the actual team improvement, that'll be more for lessons learned. Lessons learned is for broad organizational team improvements. But yeah, definitely be out alert for that. In the next couple of weeks, we'll be making announcements.
So you should see that link there. Just go ahead and type that in, and then the survey will start shortly.
Just go to pollev.com/chantillyrob151.
Again, this is the Chantilly Robotics Culture Survey, and you have to go to pollev.com/chantillyrob151.
All right, we're probably gonna cap it around, 35 people, because that was around how much participated in the Kahoot. So I see some of you are already starting to fill it out. You could either fill it out right now, or you could wait to, actually, yeah, you guys can all go ahead and click Start Survey, start filling it out, because once we go to the next page, we can see what your responses are. So you can see that little green bar right there. That's for you guys to fill out. Let's just go on with the first question. We're kind of going to be going at a slow pace, but you can go ahead of us, and you should be able to see your response pop up. Wow. So who's our CHO? Who's our Chief Pipe Officer? Who's the person that's going to get things going during the competition? As we see, we got Alex Hughes, Rahul, David, Forever, Mir. I see Mir's in there. We got Melody. We got Khan. I think that's Keith.
It seems like a lot of you chose Rahul from this past year, but again, before Rahul was there, it was David. He was the programming captain, and he was at the forefront of all our dances and just leading those stretch sessions too.
Yeah, honestly, if you guys weren't on the team when David was around, it really was a treat. I just literally at every single competition, there'd be massive Macarena lines being started. It was always really, really fun having David there. So for those of you freshmen, you guys really did miss out on a treat for 612. But definitely Rahul was always there. He was always dancing. Alex, with his vintage scream.
Yeah.
That just gets everyone, going. I 100% agree with these answers. We're gonna give, 10 more seconds for anybody else that wants to pop in. Actually, right now it's locked. You can unlock it.
Let's get a yeah for Alex.
So you see that so more Davids, more Rahuls. Easy. Awesome. Okay.
Cool.
Let's move on to the next question, because I think we kind of summed it out. We got David, Rahul, and Alex as our CHOs. Who's most likely to drop a tool in the pit?
Wow, so we have a few people right now. Get those responses in.
Let's see this pop up. Krishigan.
Krishigan's growing. Is he our safety captain, or is he the captain of dropping things?
We got David in there as well. David
Goose.
never even ever held a tool.
We have Goose and Gersimer. I guess that's doubling down on him.
We got Goose in there. So we got Mahit and Rahul down a little bit lower. But I think Krishigan's the big one here. We got Lalit.
Lalit coming up, the mechanical co-captain from this past year. Did he really drop a lot of things? Who knows?
Me, whoever that is. Mechanical. So we got Mir. I think that was probably Mir who answered that.
So someone putting it on the whole mechanical sub-team. Well, I guess yes, Mechanical is the sub-team that is most likely to drop a tool in the pit, as Mechanical is the only sub-team that uses tools in the pit. Actually, maybe Electrical, maybe Electrical.
Programmers get
Mechanical
our
is the main
hands dirty every
sub-team
once in
there.
a while. We got Krishigan in there. Wow, Krishigan really dominates this poll. Let's move on to the next one.
Krishigan, you won again.
Who is the best 612 robot ever? We got Dozer. I don't even know what that is. Rico and Merlin. You know, obviously Merlin took us to World. Swing, Wall. Someone put in a little bit of pretext into there. B.
Merlin, Rico. Oh,
Merlin.
Looks
Merlin
like
and
nobody
Rico.
likes Rosie from this year, huh?
There's no Rosie in there. No, not one person put in Rosie. Let's see some Rosies.
Not even you freshmen who've only been with Rosie, you still like the past robots more. That is very sad. Oh, now Rosie's growing.
I mean, keep in mind that there are other factors that play into the best 612 robot. Obviously, Merlin was the robot that took us to Worlds, but if you look about what Rico accomplished from a mechanical standpoint and obviously from an award standpoint, there is a very big argument to argue that Rico was our best robot. Think about the double-sided intake mechanisms. We had a double-sided hatch outtake, we had a double-sided ball intake. Really, the design standpoint and from achievements, winning 2 district competitions as captain, you can make the argument that Rico was the greatest, but obviously Merlin took us to Worlds.
In that first district event for Rico, we did go undefeated. If you watch the season highlights video, you would see that we just went back to back to back, winning after winning, win, and so yeah, that's a pretty strong case for Rico.
Let's go on to the next one. So I think Merlin edges out Rico by like 1 or 2 here. What is the team's best chant?
Aside from 6 Watt, so we all know 6 Watt is our team's defining chant, but
Chef Tom.
what is the second best chant?
Chef Tom is pretty good. There's some other ones. Chef Tom again.
Chef Tom is growing.
Yeah.
Oh, we got an RICHARD for Mr. Richard Joe.
I see we got Sean Hu in there. Sean Wu. That's a very good chant. We got Robo Bees.
I'm a bee, I'm a bee, I'm a
It is
robo
getting
bee.
really crazy in here. We got Richard, the electrical captain from 2018. Many of you guys remember him. I don't know if Richard's in this call right now, but you guys should, a lot of electrical people should remember him, especially a lot of alumni. We got Sotwig in there. Is that, well, how does that chant go?
Seems like Chef Tom is still the largest one. Many of you are, I guess, quite hungry right now and really want his food, but I'm sorry to tell you, we are quarantined and he is up in Detroit, so you might have to eat something else at your house.
See, Let's Eat Dinner, that one's a good one. That one's a really good one. Lemonade, I don't know what that is. Botwick is a good one. Botwick is a very good one.
We all love Botwick.
So I think this really is good. I mean, I think Chef Tom wins this one. I also see that I'm a Bee is in there. I'm a Robo Bee. I mean, I don't know if that's our chant or their chant. Let's move on to the next question.
What is the best sub-team?
Come on,
So this
guys.
one might be controversial.
We all know this one.
The biggest sub-teams might be at an advantage here, or just whoever joined the call, so we can see who's really
Come on,
participating.
programmers. I know you guys are watching. Yes, programming.
Whoa.
Mechanical programming. See, electricals in third. Marketing is growing bigger.
CAD management sneaks onto there.
Programming. I think they edged out mechanical right now.
Oh, mechanical
just
takes the
overtook
lead
them.
yet again.
Programming. Yes. We all love programmers. I know we got a lot of programmers in the call right now.
We did have those mechanical versus programming basketball games, and I'll tell you, those were quite close.
Uh-oh.
But, I believe mechanical did edge out programming in a few of those. So maybe once quarantine ends,
So look at that,
we
programmers.
can go back to that.
Unite. Looks like programming wins this one. Once again, this is kind of a trick question. There is no best sub-team. We all are equals. But obviously, you guys can have your opinions. This doesn't mean that any other sub-team is not good, but you can definitely have your opinion, but there is no best sub-team. But obviously, in this poll, a lot of people really like programming. So let's move on to the next one. Electrical is also in second there, mechanical. What's the best part about being on 612? You know, keep it in a one-word answer.
This is a wide open question, so there's many different...
Macarena, that's a very good answer. Community, memes, I think memes is a good one.
Yeah, Bodwick is a great part about 612. Yes,
Rahul.
that is correct.
People, family, build season.
Bonds. Which type, covalent or ionic?
That's a joke for you chemistry people in sophomore year or taking AP Chem as juniors, which is crazy. Programming, mechanical's rising. I see a couple people put programming. Family, I don't know.
Community.
Season, Macarena. So there's our answers. I think community wins. So it seems like you guys
We do have a meme page on Instagram for Chantilly Robotics. So if you do like those memes, you might want to consider following that.
And speaking about community, this kind of ties in well into outreach. You may be wondering, what are we doing outreach-wise during this? There will be announcements very shortly. Very big changes to the outreach sub-team. Keep in mind that we'll be announcing that shortly. We're really excited to do that. So let's move on to the next question. There's a couple more. Who's most likely to dance the Macarena after we lose? You know, after we take a big loss, who's the one who's gonna kind of just not really care? Just kind of just continue on with their day. Rahul, David.
Who's gonna keep the team spirits alive even when the team might be feeling down?
We got David, Rahul. See where
Rahul is growing here.
Anoop.
So
Aiden.
he did get a lot of votes for the chief hype officer. So again, that might tie into this a bit. Rahul is, wow, way above everyone here.
See Botwick. I agree with that. Honestly, I remember we take some big L's, and I always just see Rahul and David doing the Macarena. But that's definitely something that's good. That's something that our team wants. When we lose, we want to have someone who's always going to keep their head high and keep the team spirit going. So let's move on to the next question. So Rahul edges out this one. We got David. Okay, who's your favorite team besides 612? You know, besides 612. 1895. Of course, they're very close with us. Is that probably RoboBees? They're a good team. Goose. 614.
Goose is the team, I guess.
Bees. So we see some RoboBees in there. 1895 is kind of edging this out. 1880. Oh, we got iLight Robotics in there as well. We all like iLight. They're a very good team in the area.
1895 is still
623.
growing.
623 is Oakton Cougar Robotics.
And Nitrix, FTC team actually.
Nitrix. Nitrix. That's funny. Mr. Fergestrom. Oh, that's my dad.
I did not know your dad was a whole FRC team.
1895 seems to edge out this one. Nitrix in there. 4541. We got RoboBees. We all love RoboBees. They're a good team. 614 Saxons. 623 Oakton Cougar Robotics. Obviously, they're in our kind of Concord district friends. So let's continue on with the I think there's 2 more questions left. Describe Rosie in 1 word.
And please limit it to 1 word so we can see if there's any similarity between your
icon
choices.
I don't know what that means. Heavy, potential, Rosie, Vikram, sad, icon,
right.
Potential. I think that's a good one. Potential. Painted. Dad. Oh my gosh. We set ourselves up for this one. Kai Fergestrom. All right. Riveter.
And keep in mind that the season did get cut short, so I wouldn't say bad. We didn't get to test it out.
And keep in mind that next year, we're replaying Infinite Recharge. If you did not know, Infinite Recharge is being replayed with minor changes. And I think that this is kind of a blessing in disguise. I think Rosie was definitely, I think the best word I could choose from here is potential. I think Rosie is one of the best mechanically built robots we've ever built. I think it's very polished, but there's a lot of potential, and we obviously we should have played the meta a little bit better, but that's definitely something for lessons learned. Keep that in mind, but it's a blessing in disguise because it gives us the time to really make the changes and make a redesign to the robot to be successful next year. Let's go on to the next question. As we see, Dad is the number 1 answer. What's 612's favorite food?
So we know we have all these Saturday lunches and we have all the team dinners after competitions. What do we really enjoy?
Chef. Anything. Chef Tom.
Popeyes, yes, there
Chipotle.
are a lot of Popeyes fans.
There's so many Chipotles. I always see Mechanical eating Chipotle. I eat Chipotle. Let's see, Popeyes. Popeyes was pretty big for around 2 weeks, and then nobody eats there anymore.
Chef Tom is taking a huge lead here.
Macaroni. Indian. IHOP. Come on, I'm surprised that not as many people put IHOP. That's a team tradition right there. Pancakes, I see. So this is definitely Chef Tom, once again, not a food, but still wins this one. Let's go on to the next one. Who's most likely to leave before cleaning up?
So we know there are a lot of people who love to stay till the end of the meeting, but not till the very end, just right before we clean up, and leave early makes it onto the board. All of Mechanical, wow.
Goose. Bawick.
Looks like a lot of Mechanical kids.
Keith, you know, has Keith ever been in the... Keith, have you ever been there? Have you ever been in the shop?
it looks like Sreya, Louis, and Samith are all getting some votes here, but it seems
So
like
we
the
got
overwhelming
Rohit.
favorite is Mechanical, as they do use
Come on, we
all
got
the tools
our
and
new
have the whole shop.
COO in there. That's not a good trait to have, Rohit. You gotta fix that. We got Samit, our current COO, you know, this past years. Yeah, so obviously Mechanical in general.
And
I guess everyone in Mechanical.
Seems like the person who got the most votes is Louis, which is quite fitting as his name is Leave Early Louis.
Also, keep in mind that the shop, I mean, this is gonna sound kind of like a little bit of, you know, this is Mr. P's area that we're working in, so keep in mind that keeping his shop clean is definitely something that we have to do. It's not something that we should do, or it's not necessarily something that, it's something we have to do. You know, it's not a choice. It's Mr. P's area, so we have to make sure that's clean at all times. So let's go on to the next question. Okay, that's it. So that's all the questions. We got to learn a little bit about you guys. Hopefully that was fun. So obviously that polling was great. We learned a lot about it. Let's move on. You know, this live stream is really fun. We're kneeling the tail end of it. Do you want to say anything, Vikram?
Well, I hope you all enjoyed the live stream. We had some important announcements. We had some great games, the Kahoot and the polling, and we had some informative videos like the lessons learned, and the montage was kind of just a fun thing, but hopefully you all enjoyed the live stream. And now we will be having a Q&A session. So, Kai, do you have more information on that?
Yes, so now that we're rounding out this live stream, hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Once again, we're trying so hard to make sure we can continue Robotics. Robotics is a very in-person social event, and obviously with the pandemic, it's very difficult for us to get back together. So we're trying. Hopefully, these live streams give you any sort of semblance or some sort of memories of what it was like to see someone. But we are going to be doing a live Q&A right now. So hop into the Zoom call, and our leadership panel, currently on Zoom right now, will answer any questions about the future. If you just want to hop in and say hello, if you just want to hop in and just say something random, we want to see your faces because it's been so long since we've seen anyone. So once again, we're going to give you some time to hop in here. Just type in the Zoom chat. We're going to let people in one by one, and we're going to switch it over to our Zoom call in just a second. Definitely. Once again, thank you so much for watching this. I saw there was a lot of you guys that got to see what was going on. Thank you. If you have any feedback whatsoever about this live stream, let us know, because we're continuing to do this more in the future. So why don't we switch over to our Zoom call? Let's go over to our current and old leadership. So you can see we got Sri Hanganga in there.
No, not really. It's kind of joined. Okay. Yeah. I didn't realize that until after you said it. So I'm going to leave.
Greetings. How's everyone doing? Well, I had a question and a statement. First of all, I want to say hi, everyone. I haven't seen any of you in forever. So I'm glad to see everyone's faces. I'm glad to see the team still active. I'm finally finished up with school, and I'm excited to see everything get back to work. I'm really excited for the lessons learned next week. I've spent a lot of time doing a lot of self-reflection on how the season went and looking at how other teams' seasons went. And I'm just really excited to see what everyone else has thought of over the past few months, looking at how this season went and how we could move forward. We have about 219 days until next season kicks off. About 301 days, I believe, until next competition. So I'm really looking forward to those. So yeah, just want to say I'm here and I'm ready whenever you all are.
Yeah, I'm here. How have you guys been doing? I miss you guys. That's great.
Okay. Hey, how are you guys doing? Really excited about how this live stream has turned out. That's exciting because we're going to be doing more of this for lessons learned, and I've been working with Dylan and Srihan to figure out how we're going to get the technical aspects of lessons learned in place. So really excited to get that taken care of. And, you know, sometime we can get back into a shop and actually make things. Really excited about how this. So have a great time. Thanks very much. And it's Christine.
Hi, Christine.
I just wanted to say hello to everyone, and what else? Oh, what is the feasibility? Sorry, what is the probability that we're going to have summer meetings, depending? I just wanted to say hello to everyone, and oh, what is the feasibility? Sorry, what is the probability that we're going to have summer meetings? Nothing. I'm really. Were you saying something?
What's poppin'? Oh, I'm good. How are you? Oh, wow. Richard or heard you. Oh, wow. I mean, I'm gonna go with Lachlan. I'm gonna go with Lachlan.
Yeah, we thought that the computer would just pick up everything. I guess not. Hello there, Sotwick. I can see that you are in fact very far away, and I am not looking at you right now directly in your eyes. Anyone else, you guys can join the Zoom Q&A, have the ID up there. We'll just queue you in on a base by base basis. It looks like we got one more person. Okay, maybe not. There's people here. Nobody's queued anymore. People aren't coming. Alright, if nobody else is coming, I guess we'll just wrap up the Zoom call.
Happy birthday. Roshan's trying to join.
What do you say?
They're on? Oh, sorry about that. Well, we want to conclude the live stream today. Hopefully that was fun. We got to see so many faces. We just saw Abdul and Vitha. That's definitely great to see, you know, some old alumni coming back. Hopefully this stream, you guys enjoyed it. Hopefully it was fun. Honestly, you want to say anything, Vikram, just to close this thing up?
I'd like to thank you all for joining, and there will be a recording of this, so you can refer back to it at any time if you have any questions. And remember to keep watching Slack, because there will be some upcoming events, like the Lessons Learned event and the banquet.
Also, one last thing, let's thank our crew. We actually have Satwik. He's actually here manning the camera right now. You guys may be able to see it. If you want to turn around, if you want to pan it, Satwik, so we can see everyone here. We have Keith over here manning the Zoom. We got Mr. Bear kind of managing all the sounds. We got Aiden Brownstein right here running the live stream. So let's thank him for that. And up in the sky over there, we have Corey running kind of our games and boards. So let's just thank our crew. Took many weeks to plan and set this thing up, and we couldn't have done it without them. We're planning to do more of these events in the future. So hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Once again, feedback. We need feedback in order to improve these things. Lessons learned will be next week. A banquet will shortly follow in around 3 weeks from now. More announcements will be made on our social media. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. I know all you guys are watching. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're trying to get 100 subs so we can get that custom YouTube URL. And also follow our Instagram. We're going to start posting a lot more team-related content, such as interviews and we would like some of our old alumni and a lot of our current members to come back for interviews. So follow our Instagram, subscribe to our YouTube. Thank you so much for following the stream. It was really fun.